Hi there, welcome back to the Scottish gamer bry1993. We are travelling back in time today. We're going to go and see the Titanic in all her glory in Minecraft. Here we can see the red section. You can see how curved it is. If you look underneath, you can see the curving. It goes right up into the outside properly, like that. While we're on the outside, we're going to go over the ship. And this is part of the superstructure bow. In the wreck, this is turned the other way because of the cargo hatch whacked into it. At present, there's no cargo hatches present. They're further down the wreck. The only thing that's left is inside the wheelhouse. So now we're going to see the Titanic around the outside. Lifeboats are different design like I used to do. These are better. See the ship that's beside the Titanic, that's the SS Nomadic. Got a complete, so can't find interiors for it. Here you can see the different design of the ship. All the way through, you can see the glass windows, the grand staircase covers, even the davits, and some people, YouTubers, they don't. I've noticed in different videos they've not put the expansion joint on. That's what I've done there, the expansion joint. And there's one at the aft as well. Just here. And that's just to stop the ship cracking in the middle Atlantic. The funnels are correctly in place. Now we come up to the back of the ship, the stern. Here is the design of the poop deck. I'm not happy with the flag design, but you can't be perfect. Cargo cranes. And then now the propellers. So you can see underneath the design, if I find a potion of night vision and a bucket of water, you can see how curved it is underneath. There's propeller design. There's a bit of a debate at the moment. Is Titanic all triple bladed propellers, or is there one quadruple blade in the middle? The ship to you see the right, that's an Olympic, that's sister, but late 1930s. And now we're going to go into detail of the ship. Here we see the poop deck, bridge, the docking bridge. This was originally on the ship, but again destroyed in the wreck. I think the poop deck's a bit big, but it should be alright. Cargo hatches again. These are just little designs that are key to building. Again, some people seem to forget the masts are slanted when you're building ships like this. Bit of superstructure there, it goes in like that. On Rich's model it goes straight over, but I've made it so it goes in. In 1911, the Titanic never had this part here. It was just a deck that goes all the way along to the end. But this is a late refit. Stained glass windows all the way through. Lifeboats, a different design to Richard Larouse's or Mini Champs F1. Even second class boat deck design's different. Oh sugar, I need to delete this. That's not supposed to be there. I was using that as a marker for Olympic. These are just different deck houses and parts of the superstructure. And again, there's a different mistake here. This is curved, but on Rich's model it's straight, goes like that, and straight along. But this is an improvement overall from even my model. Oh, sorry. Just breakable and ship bomb here. Make sure there's no marker blocks. No, there's not. And there's the engine room cover, and this goes right down to the engine room. There's a expansion joint. This goes down into the A deck. Tank room, a hoist gear, and there's the officer's mess room. I'm going to let her down the side for now. And again, all the funnels are on the ship are curved, so curved back the way. Here's a compass tower. And a raised platform for the first class lounge, gymnasium, and then there's the grand staircase just a little bit along. There is the first class grand staircase cover, the floor. And now we're on the officers' area, officers' cabins. If any of you had models, this would curve up, but that's actually wrong. There's a bridge cab, wing cabs. There's the bridge. That's the correct amount of numbers there. And yes, I know there's machinery that's supposed to go here, but I've not got any room for it there. So I couldn't do that there at all. Some people put 2 stairs, but that's wrong. It's only 1 stairs that go here. This part here is 2 stairs. Correct amount of cargo hatches here. There's the mast again, the final mast, or first mast, with the lookout tower, where they said iceberg right ahead on the phone to the bridge. The ship you see in the distance, that's a rendering Queen Mary, but I've renamed it the Maverick, the second. But that's nothing to do with the Titanic, so we'll leave that out for now. And there's the details of the forecastle deck with the anchor and the anchor crane. There's the anchors there. Right, let's get right into it. We're going to see the officers' area. Here's the bridge. Officer Murdoch was the first person to see the iceberg before the lookouts. He was stood here. Again, he's a fellow Scotsman like me. But he saw the iceberg. Here's the wheel, but this is not their wheel. That's just a secondary wheel. Here's the bridge, or wheelhouse. Water type door lever. So now we're going to go into the pilot. This is where he'd stay, but he docks the ship, takes the ship out the docker, puts it into the dock. So he'd be controlling the ship inside. chart room, so there'll be charting in here. That's how you see a clock, map and a compass there. Now I think we'll go to the right. Here is Chief Officer Henry Wilde. He was a late arrival into the ship. And originally it was going to be First Officer Blair, and Murdoch was supposed to be in Chief Officer, but it was a reshuffle. First Officer William Murdoch. That's his room, but it's not very detailed, but you can't do much with space what you've got. Light Hour, it's the same. Herbert Pittman. Henry Lowe. Paul Moody, he was a junior officer. The lavatory. That just goes into the funnel space. An extra locker. That's supposed to be a bath, but not bath, it's fountain. Marconi room. This is where they're famous for. This actually works, so it tells if it's there's the box with letters to go in, but because there's nothing else you can do. The room, nothing much you can do. Here's the silent room, where the mechanicals are kept. This area in there is first class, so we'll leave that for a moment. Stewards, this is where they would stay. Up here. Officer smoke room. Their pantry. Officer Boxall, he was one of the survivors like Light Hour. Captain's bathroom. His bedroom. Nothing in the chest because I don't know what to put in there. His room and his little library here. People believe Captain Smith was waiting here in the night, but I reckon he went retired for the night. Here's a navigating room. And now we're going to go through the first class rooms. That leads out into the boat deck, like that, but we don't need to come here. Here's SRT Wirt Blackwell. Here's where he stayed, but they're all the same rooms, but I had some of my friends on here, so but they'll not get a mention. There's the elevator gear, where the gear would work for the elevators. So this is mechanical. There's a bathroom. Right, we'll go on to the grand staircase. Here's the top of the grand staircase. And there's the gym, but I didn't put much in because I didn't know what to put in, so we're just going to leave it like that for now. That just takes you out on the boat deck. As we're in first class, we're just going to tour the first class area. There's the clock, but I couldn't do the proper clock, so I just left it like that. We're going to go out into the promenade deck. There we go, there's the promenade deck. And again, this was a late adjustment before the ship went out into its main voyage. This was all the way along like the Olympic. The pillars from the aft, you can see there in the distance, that was going all the way along. That was a late change. And we'll go back into the grand staircase and we'll go into the first class. Mr. and Mrs. Dodge, Washington. Mr. Hugh R. Rodd. That's an expansion joint. If you see a room with no sign, that's an expansion joint like that. Colonel Afron's friend. Mr. Augustus II. Friend. Stewardess would stay in this room. Oh, stuck in the room. Mr. William Crockers, or what we call him. Lady Duff Gordon, they were famous. Sir Duff Gordon. Friends in room there. John Ross. John Slope. Mr. McCaffrey. Mr. B.T. Thompson. The bathrooms. Simple bathrooms. Lavatory, gents' lavatory. I don't know what's in these rooms, so I just left them blank with a window. Mr. Richard William, Mr. John Bertram. More names that were on the ship. Mr. Algernon H. Wilson. Friend, and then Edith Course. There's a bathroom. There should be a ladies' lavatory, yep. More baths. Expansion joint. Mr. Henry Blank. Friend. Friend, yep. George Washington, we've always seen that, and Hugh Rods, yep. Here's the staircase lifts. I made them shut so they were actually down different levels. The grand staircase goes all the way down to D deck. This is where the women would come into the reading and writing room. I've not sorted this room out bit again because I had to do a refit later on, so I just made it like this, so we're not going to visit that much. The first class lounge. We know this is not accurate because of this part here, but this is Minecraft after all. But a very spacious room. It's very dark down this area, but this is the vestibule. Plenty of stuff in here. The bar, deck pantry, wine, alcohol. This is a little library. Again, there's the promenade deck here. Lounge and deck pantry. This is just the back of it. There's the part of the expansion joint there. This just goes out up onto the deck. As it says on the deck plans, I used the... What was the deck plans called? Encyclopedia Titanica? Yeah, that's the deck plans. Here is the ship's master builder, Thomas Andrews, chief designer of Titanic. It was actually William Perry who designed it originally. And there's his bedroom. Other room that was a friend in my room, but it's somebody else that lived there before they got off in Ireland. Here's the men's room, the smoke room. This goes right round here. This is actually a crew area. It says on the deck plans, this is a silly area, but what can you do? Just an empty space. If anyone knows what this is, just tell me in the comments. This is the men's lavatory. Again, this is not very accurate because there's no windows up there, so I'll have to redo that. Redo this room. The pantry. But I'm not going to go in there for now. Because you know what a pantry looks like, it's just a place as a store. What's this place? I'll have to go into deck plans, I can't remember the name of this place. But it's both the same on either side, so Firefox I need to go on to. This is the room, this is gone as well. This is one of the big sections disappeared in the wreck. I know there's supposed to be doors here, but I want to have it open. Let's load up A deck, see what this room's called. It's a veranda palm court. This room is. We'll go back into the grand staircase. And we're going to cover B deck now, while we're in first class. Again, there's the weather cover, there's the grand staircase after the grand staircase. And we're going to start the back and work back. Here's the restaurant, a la carte restaurant. I've not called it a la carte, but this is the a la carte restaurant. Coat hangers areas. This is an Italian restaurant. Buffet. And just the cookers and all that. Here's the crew passage, but we're not going to go down there, not until later on. Fish, there's no fish in there at the moment, but maybe getting fitted in later. Confectionery has sweeties and crisps and all that. Chef's office. Basically it's just office. Chef's ladder. Which is the same overall, yep. Then we're going to close this door. And here is just more larder spaces, office, wine room and fruit and flowers. That's where the stewards and stewardesses would get them. Then we're going to Cafe Parisien. This is the French area, but this is where the teenagers and all them would hang around. In a disaster, this door would be open to let the second class passengers through. Or let the first class passengers through as well. You can see the Olympic in distance, but again that's just, I can't find any deck plans for that. Then we go through to the reception, after reception, and we go through this side. I think these are just rooms, yeah, bedrooms. Oh yeah, that's the rooms, lockers. These are nothing special. So we're just going to navigate through them. Now we'll go to, should be the foreground staircase. Oh, there's one room we need to go and visit. If we can get to it. I think it's this side, yep. Here we go. This room is... In the movie, Jack and Rose did that naked scene. Then they never stayed in this room. There's no such characters, so any Jack and Rose stuff, I don't believe in any of that rubbish. But famous people lived in here, the rich people. And then there's a private promenade in here. This was later refitted into the Olympic. On the other side, Ismay stayed there. Here we go to the grand staircase again. First class boarding area, but they'd board from the other side, so there's nothing much at that area, but you can get out from that side though, but we're not going to bother. Here is the purser's office. Here. Again in purser's area. Now we are going to go to the stern area, because there's something I want to show that nobody knew about, that I found out recently. I've never seen it on YouTube either. This will be the first time it'll be ever shown on YouTube. If we can find it. These are just bedrooms. And here is the stewards and valet's saloon. And a barber's shop. This is a C deck. Well, if you see C, whatever number it is. Linen. Crew only. Yeah. Doctor. We're going to the doctor's office. There's his bedroom. We'll go through the crew only for a sec. Assistant doctor. Restaurant manager. That'll be Mr. Alicart, whoever his real name is. Chief steward. The chief restaurant manager, he was the person that run that restaurant. And here we're going in hospital. This is surgery. I didn't know what surgery looked like, so I just put it like that. Infectious hospital. This is where the infected would stay. Toilet, or bath, sink, toilet, bath. That's the kitchen. I'll go into more detail later. Attendant. Here is the padded room. This is where you're either psychotic, or if you're bad, you get thrown in here until the end of the journey. May believe some people, like Italians, were loaded in there. I don't know what the truth is, but if anyone knows the truth of what happened, then we'll find out at one point or another. More rooms. And more rooms. Never going to go back up to C deck, and we'll go down to D deck. Into the... But we're going to miss D deck totally for a moment, and we're going to go down to G deck. Not G deck, F deck. Here we are at F deck. These are just basically stewards and everything, or crew. SRC prof. Squash racket court professional and baggage master. Turkish bath attendant. Female Turkish bath attendant. Now we're going to go to the Turkish bath. Here we are. This is the Turkish bath. I just guessed with the colour, but it looks more like Tucker's bath to me. It looks quite cosy. Linen. This just goes upstairs into E-deck. The Scotland Road. Gonna go past that. Soil linen. Linen drying room. No need to go into detail for that. The drying room. This is probably where the clothes get dried. You can see the Olympic opposite us. Here is the swimming pool. Cron's Darv's got a similar design, but I think his is better for the swimming bath. He's a German YouTuber that builds ships, likewise I do. Here is the electric bath. I just made this bit up because I didn't know what I was doing here. There's just basically a sitting area. Same. Temperature room. I think this is a steam room here. I didn't know what to put in, so I just left it. Now we're going to go into D deck. Because I missed D deck totally, because I was wanting to go down to the bottom of first class. This is where it officially ends. This is the room where they officially dock in. I've left it open, as you can see. I'll leave that open because I'm doing a dock outside. Reception room. And I know before people comment, piano should be on that side. The piano's on that side, so it said on the deck plans, but it's wrong. This is the dining hall. On Olympic, this middle bit was cleared out and this was raised up a level for the DJ area. And this was the dance floor here. On Titanic's last ever day before she sunk, this was where the church service was held for all passengers. And that is it for first class. We're going to go through the restaurant while we're here. That's not very professional of me, but this is where the china, as in plates and cups and everything, be oysters, cold walkers and cold things going in glass. Prep room, and there's a ladder. This is the prep room. I'm not going to go into detail with this because this is not really important, really. It's not very decent. Bakehouse, you can see by the amount of furnaces in here. Baker's shop. Bread room. Butcher's shop. Second class pantry. Second class saloon bar. This is the hoist gear here. This will go right down. This will go down to G deck, I think. This is now the second class area we're going to. There's the stairs, but we'll go down to the back. There's the piano. This is the right area for it. This goes right all the way down to all up deck, so I'm going to shut that for now. But that's the step stairs. Is there anything else that goes down here? I don't think there is. This is the purser's office, second class purser's office. rooms. Right, we'll go up to top of second class because we're going to go down to G deck later. Stewardess. Store entrance. This is where the coal will be loaded. Service. I'm not putting any detail here. Rooms. These are typically second class rooms. Baths. What deck was it the musicians were on? I think it was a deck below maybe. Elevator. I didn't know what to put the colour in, so I just left the elevator as it is. Because I want to give more detail into the musician because they were heroes. They stayed on the ship till the very end, and its dying moments. It's obviously not here. Let me pass this way. No, they're not there. I think we've got to go down maybe. Oh, I guess we can go down. This is not in the plans, but I couldn't remember where the musicians stayed, so we're just going to look for the musicians. And I forgot to put a sign there. A number. Oh well. This is G deck, so we'll try E deck. Yeah, we've got to go up to E deck. And that says F deck, so we've got to go up one more deck. Should be right at the back somewhere. There we go. Now we can go into more detail. This is where they store their instruments. Like Wallace Hartley with his violin. He was quite famous. Now he is though. But they all stayed on the ship at the last moment. This is their room. Talking about the instruments, that was the quite emotional bit in the film really. This is the musicians. Wallace Hartley was one of the most famed of musicians. That's a restaurant. We've already seen that, but we can go through there later again if you want to see it again. But Wallace Hartley was the famous. There's the mast area, piano, the library. Again, even second class got the promenade deck. They can look out into the ships and everything on the other side. I've got to move on to the other side so we can get to the next part. But again, second class never got much in terms of things to do, but they still got quite a bit. A lot more than first class ever got. Third class ever got, I meant. Here is a second class smoke room. Second class stairway. And then the staircase on that side goes onto the boat deck, so now we're going to visit third class. Now. This part is all red, but this part here still here, the windows there. The two windows, the landmark of the ship. There's a smoke room, third class smoke room. This was actually on Olympic, later renamed the... what was it? It was renamed to something else anyway, on the Olympic. This was their general room. Go down, this is not important, the same rooms, but I'll give you a room, show you a room of third class. This is a surgery and waiting room. There's a steward. There's basically the room, but it's too big, but I know. Cargo area, but it's all chained off. Watertight bulkhead. Second, third class student and interpreter. This would go down. This is locked against stop third class people going to second class. And I think we're going towards Scotland Road now. This is the second class entrance, but third class can use this entrance as well. Bulkhead again. We're not going to go into these rooms, it's pointless. Portable fan storage. That's the engine area, so we'll go into there later. We're going to come back along this way anyway, going into the engine room, but we might not actually, we know we won't. Pantrymen and all them, daddy-da, they're just crew. This represents a pipe going along. Another thing we'll show while we're here, the second class or third class dining room. I've noticed one thing I forgot to add is pillars between each area, but I don't think I had the room to do that anyway. But that'll be an improvement on the Olympic. The grand staircase area that's open, just to let the first class go through. And I've got a cold at the moment, so I'm sniffling. And here is the third class area again. This will go right down here, like that. This was the most awkward part of making the ship, just getting his decks laid out properly. In the movie, this is where Jack and Rose partied, and Lovejoy came down to spy on them. But we're going to go up and turn right. But this was all locked off in there when there was a wreck. It ship's going down. We're going to the crew area. This is quite an important area. There's a crew hospital, both sides. Crew surgery. Fireman's mess hall. Oh, locked myself in. We'll go down there in a sec. The anchor room, or engines. They push both anchors down, or pull one if they want to just pull one down. There's a carpenter store. That'll be where all the wood and everything is. Seaman's mess, ha 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 ha. This is a mess hall. This is not where a light is, or skylight is. Again, another crow's nest. We'll go up there now, while we're up here. And some people have noticed on YouTube as well, they have their ladder on the outside. That is incorrect. The ladder was going inside the mast. This is where the ice lookouts would go. Bagger, is that an iceberg right ahead? And it'll go ding ding ding. And they'd phone, iceberg right ahead. Anyway, again, they were heroes, but if they were given binoculars, I don't know if it would have helped them at all, but the debate goes on with that. Because I think the ship was going down anyway, sooner or later, because there was a fire on board. I don't think it was conspiracy theory, because it was documented by people who were doing that there. It wasn't in third class. One conspiracy theory, which I don't believe, was the switch between the two ships. I don't believe in that switch theory. Seamen's area, living quarters. One of the seamen, he was a carpenter for his ship originally, but then he left the job, crew galley, because he said it was too dangerous to work in the Harlan Wolf because of what was going on. I can't remember his name though, but it'll come back to me. Here we are, the fireman's room. Both the same on the other side, it's the fireman's room. Now we're going to go down the spiral staircase, deck by deck. Fireman's wash place. This is the trimmers, they would trim their coal. I think there's more trimmers on the other side. Yep. More trimmers. More trimmers. Now we go down to the next level of the spiral, if we can get down there. I think the engineers were placed in a different place in the ship. Oh. This is the lead greaser. There's only 4 in that room. And there's a fireman. Again, another lot. They're basically boiler. They work with the boiler rooms. Leading fireman. This is where like Fred Barrett was and all that. Another famous name. He was at testimony saying that there was a fire on board, so he had to get as much coal into the furnace before the ship went into flames, just for safety. And now we're going into there's the famous car. This is where the cars and everything were kept, but we're going to go into cargo rooms anyway. This is basically a cargo room. You can see how tall it goes. I'm not going to go right to the back, so there's no point. You know what a cargo hold does, so we'll just leave it at that. This is the fresh water supply, pipes, coal supply room. This is a block of coal laid out. Bulkhead. And now we're going into the boiler room. This is not supposed to be here, but this is just my watertight bulkhead system that I've got working. And this is actually a working furnace with the fire spreads on, as you see. In here I'm going to break the thing, and you can see this is what happened. This bit here was warped once we get there. Yeah, this was supposed to be like that, but it was warped in, so the heat spread at the two bunkers. But that's where the fire was. Ash and ballast pumps in here. Same again. These are just levels that go up. You know what boiler rooms are? We're just going to go right through them now. And later on, once I near the main voyage, I'm going to put buckets and everything nearby so it's got everything ready. This is where they've stored our tools in that room in there. Oh shit. Broke my ship. It's alright. Just litter in the ship for now. I think this is the last room. Yes, it is the last room, is it? No, it's not. This is definitely the last room. And now we're going to go into the engine room, the reciprocating engine room. The boys in here, they kept working till the very end. That just tells you the ship, to stop the ship. But I've just left these, I put levers there just to pretend. That just means the ship's still going. This is where the levers are to power the pistons. But these were actually operated before the turbine was operated, so we're going to go upstairs we can. Yeah. You can see how tall they are from where I am. So we don't need to go upstairs, do we? But these are just different levels of the engine room. Here we go through into the turbine room. This is the central propeller. This is the last engine to go on once the reciprocating engines were fully in place, working. I think this is where, again, this is the last moment to the ship where people kept the engine, the electric were running for a long time. And I think this switch was the last to be turned on, off, at the dying moments before she split. These are all off because they're actually motors. And the outside, these are water tanks or ballast tanks. This is just a pipe tunnel or a propeller tunnel. And here's the propeller area as well here. Couldn't design them any better, but hey ho, it's Minecraft after all. And this will go into the cargo route tunnels, or cargo rooms here. But we know what a cargo room is, so we're just going to go back down. And we'll show off a couple other ships, or a few more ships, while we're here. Because as you've seen everything so far. Other ships on this map are a work in progress. I just need to get out of the ship. And I think the only way out is through the engine room. I'm sure it's this side. We'll go out. Is it? Can't remember. Yeah, we are. There we go. Let's go visit the Maverick quickly for a while before we move on to the Olympic work in progress. I've not done much at all with this ship, so it's a work in progress. The private rooms. This is the assistant captain. Radar, weather instruments and everything. This is a bridge wing. Look how safe it is compared to Titanic in today's time. Oh, I've made a mess of that, hold on. I need to put the lever back on there. As that does get annoying, but I'm gonna shut that off for a moment. But that's just an emergency system that I've put into place. That's just a bit of fun I was doing. While I was thinking of other things to do in ships. Here we go into the bridge. Again, a big view. You can see the Titanic only just in the distance. This is where everyone's sitting on the bridge, but I'm not going to put too much focus into this ship. It's just a work in progress. It doesn't matter to me. On the PS3, my friend was waiting to build the Lusitania, but it never came to my fruition, so we're going to build that ourselves eventually. Cargo hold. But if you guys want me to make Titanic 2, like a modernised version of this, then just put in the comments yes or no, if you want me or not. Here is SS Nomadic, the last surviving White Star liner or ship, and here is my work in progress. These blue here just means spaces for lifeboats. The bridge was curved on the Olympic, but it's just a work in progress, so It will not be complete until I get some deck plans for it. Raised platform. This ship was scrapped in 1935. Thank you for watching this live stream, and we'll eventually show you Olympic complete in due time when I eventually complete her. When that is, I don't know. If you like the deck by deck overview, then thank you for watching. While we're here, before I go off quickly, here is the same design Titanic's got as well as Olympic. This is what I was talking about in the Titanic here. This was all the way along on the original design. So it was just a later edition. Even the private suites were late editions. And again, you can see the curve of the ship. No propellers, of course, because I've not put them in. The rudder's slightly bigger. But thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.